What's going on, guys, and welcome to my first roster review for NHL 23. EA just released a new one, adding a bunch of players into the game, as well as giving boost to a bunch of guys that made NHL teams. So, if you guys are new to NHL, you've never played one before, to get the updated roster, you simply go over to More, click Rosters, Active Roster, then download the most recent one. So, right now it's Online Roster 2, October 18th. Click A. Once you see the check mark, that roster is downloaded. So, pretty simple to do that. Again, it's mostly like a rookie roster update, adding anyone to the game that wasn't already, as well as giving guys boosts who made NHL teams. They were like in the 60s before, now they're in the 70s. So going through the Anaheim Ducks here, I did notice, I think Mason McTavish up to an 80. I want to say he was 78 before. I could be wrong on that front, but I believe he was much lower. Simon Benoit there, so he has 76. He might have been Pavlo Regenda. I feel like he might have gotten a bit of a boost. Arizona Coyotes here. So if I go through, they basically will stick out to me because they'll be like the young players. Moser here might have an upgrade to 78. Again, there's like 32 NHL teams, so it's tough to keep a track of everyone. Like this guy here, Michelli, I don't think it was a 76 before, but he made the spot on the Coyotes team, so he gets a boost. I'm just going to quickly go through all the teams in case, you know, I don't notice a change. Hopefully you guys do. Strawman now on the Boston Bruins. I think I actually did that in my rosters. Other than that, maybe Lacko there, Greer on the Bruins as well. Buffalo Sabres up next here. So, of course, we go right down to the bottom. John Paterka is now on the team. He's a 78. I think before he was like 75, 76 on Rochester American. Also, too, Jack Quinn there, 76 now. I'm not sure if he was quite that high rated or if he was even on Buffalo. Calgary Flames up next here. I feel like Connor Mackey now at 74 probably got a bit of a boost. Carolina Hurricanes are next. And so going through them here, I don't see anybody new. Chicago Blackhawks. Honestly, not doing as terrible as I expected to start the year. Same for the Arizona Coyotes, too. Like Roos there, he might have had a bit of an upgrade. Alex Vlasic, actually, now in the game. I don't think he was before. I could be wrong. 2176, low top 6. I give him a high top 6. You can see there he's 6'6". Quite big. Second round pick, 2019. I actually made him for the longest time. Colorado Avalanche up next here. Let's see. Any rookies? Ben Myers here, 2374, medium top 9. Maybe a bit of an upgrade. Sedlak as well. It's tough to say, though. Columbus Blue Jackets here. So again, we're just going right down to the bottom. Nick Blankenberg, 2476. I think this is actually what he was before. The medium top 4, I think, might be a bit high on him. Danforth probably wasn't 74 before. I think Matthew Olivier might have been. Dallas Stars up next. This one, there's a big player I'm going to show you guys. Very happy to see. He's got a good rating, but I'd rather him be on a different team. Let's see. There he is, Wyatt Johnston. So now 75 overall. He was a 68. Led the OHL in scoring last year. Plays for my favorite team, the Spitfires. Me and Thrash have season tickets there. I'm hoping they send him back down to the Spits so we could really use him, but he's actually looked decent, so I don't know if they will. Jacob Pearson there as well, 76. I think might have been an upgrade. The Red Wings here up next. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Anyone made the team that they don't already have in the game? Elmer Sarble in there, now being a 75. I think he was like a 68 before. That's actually a pretty good rating for him. 6'8", 75 overall, medium top 9. He might actually turn out to be like a pretty solid third liner in franchise. Real life, who really knows? He's actually really impressed me so far to start the season. Edmonton Oilers here now. Again, I'm just going to go to the bottom here. Dylan Holloway is already in the game. You can see 78 medium elite. I think he was like a 77 before. Maybe like a 75. So I feel like they gave him a slight upgrade. Also, this is really good too, guys. Oscar Klefbom now LTIR, opposed to being 85 overall, which I think was like the Oilers' second best defenseman. I don't think, unfortunately, Klefbom's playing hockey again. Florida Panthers here now. We'll go to the bottom, see if anyone's been added. Josh Mahura, I think they actually got off waivers. Surprised the Ducks dropped him. 24-78 medium top 4 in-game. Probably not quite that good in real life, but I still didn't think like waivers worthy. LA Kings here, we'll see. So Gabe Velarde there now is 79. I believe it's a bit of a jump. He's actually got like, what, 5 points, 4 games to start the year. Might even be actually better than that. Brent Clark there as well. You can see on the Kings, 76 medium elite. He was not this high rated before, so he'll probably grow even better now in franchise. LA Kings are up next. I think they've had a couple guys. Let's see. Yeah, Killen Addison there, 77, medium top 4. He was not 77 before. Connor Dewar, 76. I don't think was that high rated either. Marco Rossi, 76. I think he was like a 70, maybe a 72 or something like that. Montreal Canadiens here. Let's take a look. Actually, Montreal's got a couple. So Caden Gooley here, now 77 overall. Much higher rated. I think he was like 68 to 71 before. And I know last year he never grew, but now he's 77 at 20, medium top 4. And he's going to grow in franchise for sure. He already has in our Montreal Canadiens franchise, starting out like in the low 70s. Pizzetta there, 76 if he wasn't. Jordan Harris, 75. That's also a higher rating than he was because he was like buried in the minors for us in the Montreal franchise. Sevic here, 75. I don't think he was that high rated. Arbor Jack guy, fan favorite there. Now in the game. Wasn't even in the game before. He's also gotten a boost since NHL 22. 74 overall. I think the medium 7th though is a little harsh on him. Obviously, unsigned free agent. I'd give him at least medium top 6, if not like a low top 4. Now there's something I want to point out, guys. As happy as I am, like EA did this roster update, there's always a weird issue. So they have Arbor Jacka being 6'2", 195 pounds. I've seen this guy play in real life on the glass, ice level. He's bigger than that, and I googled it and I was right. He's 6'4", 238. So they've got being 2 inches shorter and 43 pounds lighter. I'm not sure how they did this. I mean, I can guess probably that this has been updated at some point and they're working off of like 2-year-old heights and weights. But I mean, come on, how long does it take to literally quickly Google? You can bring up HockeyDB, Elite Prospects, any of those sites. They give you the accurate height and weight. The Nashville Predators here, I'm curious if there's actually been anything that I'm not aware of. Cole Smith, 73, I'm not sure if he was that or not before. Looking at his picture, you can tell the dude's not young. And as I say that, I see that he's 26 years old. This guy's 2 years younger than me? How is he younger than me? What the heck? Same name, though, so good name. Devils are up next here, guys. Let's see. Anyone new added? Any big ratings? Oh, Alex Holtz now is 79. He was a 77 before, I believe. So he was a sick player when he started at 77. 79 medium elite. Siegenthaler there definitely still needs a bit of a defensive boost. Jesper Boquist, was 79 before? I feel like that might be a slight bump. I could be wrong. Ball 75 as well. Again, tough to keep track of every single player's rating for 32 teams, especially on a new game. I'm not sure if Barzell's extension was in the game before or not, but now it is. Looking through the rest of these ratings here. I don't think any changes to the Islanders. The New York Rangers up next. Braden Schneider, now 80 overall, medium top 4, so that's new. He's a very, very solid young player. See how he grows in franchise. VC there, I think they had, but I think EA had that. Ryan Carpenter, Zach Jones. Does Zach Jones have a picture before? That might be new. I'm not positive, though. Again, it's tough to keep track of every single thing. Ottawa Senators here. Derek Brassard they signed. Also, this is big here, guys. Jake Sanderson, I've been creating him for like the last 3 years, now in-game. 20 years old, 80 overall, medium elite. So, slightly higher rate than I had him, but I think it's probably fair. We'll see, how he does this season. I don't mind that at all for a 5th overall pick. You also got Parker Kelly and Kastelik now on the Senators. I'm not sure if they've gotten a rating boost or not, but those are 2 guys that, definitely made the team who before were not on it. They definitely could have been like in the 60s before. Noah Cates there on the Flyers. He looks new. Jackson Cates. Are these 2 brothers? 23, 24. I feel like they gotta be. One gets the picture, the other doesn't. What a stash here on Lazinki. 75 low top 9. Bobby Brink now in the game. I think that's from last year, but 21.75 medium top 6. Good to see that. Lixell there, Patrick Brown. Pittsburgh Penguins here. So again, we're just going past all the good players. Pierre-Olivier Joseph here, 78 medium top 4. I don't think he was that high rated before. Josh Archibald at the bottom. San Jose Sharks. Kinzov here was already in the game. Let me see. Was Matt Benning on the team? I think he was. Lorenz, Gadjevich, Megna, Scott Harrington. Only a 74. I feel like Harrington's a bit better than that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm overvaluing him. I will say, Matty Beniers, 81 medium elite. Beniers has averaged about a point per game so far in his NHL career. I know it's only been like 10 games. He should probably be like an 82, if not 83. Shane Wright also should not be high elite. Whatever, though. Carson Kuhlman here on the Kraken. Will Borgen, he's also definitely underrated there at 75. So the St. Louis Blues here, let's see. Logan Brown's on the team now. That's right. He made the team out of camp, had a good preseason. 24.77 medium top 6. We'll see how he does. Jake Neighbors should be medium top 6 as well. Alexei Toropchenko here. What a last name. That was tough. 23.76 medium top 9. I think he's new as well. Again, if they're not new, I'd rather just, point them out to you than they are new and I don't even say anything. The Tampa Bay Lightning here. You got Forche. Kopke might be how you say his name. Another Cole, actually. And now next year we got the Maple Leafs, of course, is the team everyone cares about. So, if we go down here, I'm trying to think if there's anyone on the Maple Leafs that wouldn't been in the game yet. Maligan was maybe like in the minors or something. He's got a new headshot there, but that's all I can think of. Vancouver Canucks, obviously a big ad here. The Russian free agent there, Andrei Kuzmenko, 26.80 medium top 6. That's honestly around what I would have him at, so pretty good ad, I think, there by EA. Jack Rathbone, I do not believe had a headshot before, so that's new. 23.79 medium top 6. I feel like they could give him medium top 4, honestly. Riley Stillman, that's a trade they made. I don't understand giving up a second-round pick for him, but they have him on the team now. Kyle Burrows there, 76. Amen, 75. Dakota Joshua. Furlan's LTIR. Vegas Golden Knights here. Trying to see anything sticking out to me. Amadeo, 76. I think that's what he was before. Ben Hutton's down to a 75. He was like a 78, 80, so big drop to him. Washington Capitals here. I was wondering what they would do with Backstrom. I like the fact they didn't make him LTIR because there's a chance he returns this year, and if not, like he should return next season. There's also a chance he never plays hockey again, but I'd rather like not turn a guy into LTIR until you know for a fact he is. Eric Gustin there, still 81, which is crazy. Fairbury here, another very good defensive defenseman. His is a bit better there than Siegenthaler. Hathaway. Connor McMichael, 79, medium top 6. Protis, 76. Big upgrade for him. That's also a new headshot there. His old one must have been like so old because he looked way younger than the other one. Plus he still had the junior jersey. Lastly here, guys, Winnipeg Jets. I'm trying to think. Mason Appleton, 79 there. Cole Perfetti's now at 78. That's a bit of a bump for him. I want to say he was 77 max before. Immediately potential. Gustafson here, 77. That's also a bump. Johnson Falaby, 76. I believe it was a bump for him too. Great hair on that guy. Capobianco, 76. I'm not sure. That might be what he was rated before. Main landing here, 75, low top 9. I don't think he was that high rated. Morgan Barron, I believe, was a 74. So I'll quickly, too, guys, check the goalies. I'm trying to think if there's any rookie goalies or AHL goalies that were in the game before. Probably not, so I'm just going to, quickly check for you guys. I guess one small one here would be Eric Calgren now in the Leafs since Matt Murray, of course, got injured. Really feel bad for the guy. Can't seem to catch a break. Capitals there, Jets. Actually reminds me, I did forget to show you one thing on the Jets. Kyle Connor's now high elite potential. So in the initial roster, they must have made a mistake. They had him at low elite. I'm guessing when they were doing it, they accidentally went over. So that's good to see. It sucks like when a mistake can kind of affect a guy's growth in franchise. Also, too, like a big one that I was looking for. Unfortunately, Askarov on the Nashville Predators is still not in the game, but that's all right. Tomasino's actually down in the minors now, supposed to be on an NHL. Obviously, like all the roster moves will be there. Now, another unfortunate thing here, guys, I'll show you. Gavin McKenna here on the Medicine Hat Tigers. You still cannot edit him without your game crashing, as you can see there. And like I was saying, guys, the same thing still happens when we try to edit Michael Misa. I'm not going to show you because I feel like I already proved my point, but it really sucks because both those guys should be at least highly potential, maybe medium franchise. It's tough to say because they're so young. They should also be higher rated too, so they go first overall in their respective drafts. And unfortunately, right now, when you're making a custom roster, you just have to leave them as they are. Now, speaking of Michael Misa, one really cool thing, I'm actually going to the Spitfires game tonight where they're playing Saginaw, so I get to watch him in action. So once I'm actually able to edit him myself, maybe like what I see tonight will determine, what I give him for his rating and his potential, although one game for scouting is probably not how you're supposed to do it. Now, speaking of that, guys, I just want to kind of show you the Spitfires here as an example. Cooley's no longer on the team, but I think they probably don't have his rights in the AHL, so leaving him here for now, which is fine. But you go through a team like the Spitfires, for instance, the roster is up to date, which is nice. They've also got a lot of new game faces, but Abraham here is one of their best forwards. He's a 57. He's lower rated than a lot of like the 62s. Like Medema there, he's just as good as, he's older too, so I'm not sure, why he's rated lower. Mallet there should probably be higher. Like you keep going through, there's just weird ratings to me for someone that like, watches the team a lot. For instance, Christopher Harrow here, he's a rookie, and he's playing top 4 for us. He's actually really good. He was a first round pick, I think a year ago. I feel like he should be a medium top 4, like it's way too underrated. And then even kind of like a more glaring issue, something, without even watching the games, you could just know. Onusko was their starting goalie last year. And then this year, he's now their starting goalie again. Medina just went to like the U.S. development team, I think, because we had too many overagers. So if Anusko was the starter, he should probably be higher than Medina, although they are close. Downey here, they actually traded for Costanzo to be the new backup once they lost Medina. So how is Downey the higher rated guy when the Spits sent him down to Junior B and traded for this dude to be the backup? Now, Downey actually just got traded to Erie, which is kind of funny, but still, like, my point stands. If you just kind of look at what's happening, especially with goalies, I feel like you can make, a more educated guess on the ratings. Having said that, too, I think the Spits just picked up Thomas Johnston a couple days ago, so the roster's not, completely up to date, but still not too bad of a job. Again, this is basically like a rookie roster update. Actually, almost forgot this. One really good thing is that David Jarachek's back in the game. Right there, you guys can see him. So if you're a Columbus fan, you now have your 6th overall pick from the 2022 draft back in franchise, which obviously is huge because, not having him really suck. Now, I've gotten a ton of questions, guys. When is your custom roster going to be out? When's your custom roster going to be out? So many of them, honestly. And, like, I did a little bit of work before the Montreal franchise, but with all the videos and stuff, just haven't been able to do enough. So it's good to see EA got this roster up, but honestly, if you want my roster update, it's probably going to be at least another couple weeks. In the meantime, though, what I would suggest you do go to roster share. If you're on the Xbox Series X, download community files, and one I highly recommend, it's a great roster, made by Kelly Martin. You can see the only one I've downloaded there, Vasi Roster Overhaul. So it's got 1,000 downloads. Let's pump those numbers up.
I'm gonna pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Let's make the number 1. I downloaded Snake Arm. I have no idea what was going on with that one. Like, everyone was moved all over the place. No one was on their actual teams. There was no creative players. I didn't understand it at all, but whatever. Maybe like it's part of a video or something. Anyways, I want to show you quickly Kelly Martin's roster here. So he put so much work into it, guys, already. And just like the first week the game was out, I believe he made 275 creative players. Like, this is insane. I could never keep up with that. Fantilli there, of course. Let's see, like there's a bunch of other guys. You got Brendan Brisson there. I feel like I can just kind of go through all the names. Chaz Lucius. Again, 275 players. So what I'm honestly probably going to do is combine his roster with my roster so I get all his creative players. If I want any changes on them, I'll make them. Although, I was looking through, they look pretty good. Like, he actually rates the players pretty similar to how I do. Simon Nemec there, of course. Who's actually still not in the game, unfortunately. But I think I am going to probably tweak the actual NHL rosters a bit more. Maybe some of the junior stuff too. But yeah, guys, if you're on Series X, go and download this. You go to my Red Wings here, you can see he's made Cider at 85. So a bit lower rated, but he gave him highly potential, which honestly I'm fine with. Larkin's down 1. So again, like looking through, I think his ratings are definitely better than EA's. Obviously, I think personal preference, everyone's going to, you know, tweak their stuff a little bit. But yeah, highly recommend downloading his roster if you're on the Series X or S. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Also, too, really quick, let me know how I sounded. I'm actually using a new mic in this video. Hopefully you didn't even notice, because I feel like you'd only notice if it was bad. So maybe now that I'm saying this, you did notice. Hopefully it's better. I'm just curious, like, you know, what you guys thought. But for real this time, guys, that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.